Ciao Juventini of the world, my name is Giuseppe, welcome back on the channel. Looks like I have a head, my face actually. When you are seeing my face, you are probably thinking, if you didn't see the result of today, Juventus lost. No, we won. We won 1-0. I just adapted the score below me. You can see here below. We won 1-0 with a goal of Kean, and of course, this is the most important thing. And of course, I'm happy because we won 1-0. And again, winning is not easy. Winning is not easy. Look at all the other teams that are fighting for entering that Champions League spot, that are losing one game after the other. We are thinking about the Inter, for example. Winning after the international break is also not easy. But today, if you see my face, and when we win, and you see my face like that, it means that a lot of things I didn't appreciate. I saw, to be honest, three beautiful things in terms of calcio, in terms of football. Wrong title. What did I wrote? Let me check. What did I write? In the edit. Let me edit the title. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know if it will work or not. Okay, I changed the title. If you refresh, it will work again now. Thank you for letting me know. Beppe in the future. Yeah, but really far future, because it was Inter Juve, so it's the end of April. No. Okay, no, if you see my face like that, it means that I'm not happy. I saw three beautiful things today. I saw in the first half, I saw a beautiful combo between Locatelli and two other players. It was like with Milik, I believe. It was a bim bim bada boom. Really beautiful. One thing in first half. I saw a second thing that was beautiful in that second half, and it was the goal. Miretti, one touch for Locatelli, able to control it, and a fantastic assist. And then the goal of Kean, Italian connection there, and then you have the 1-0. And the third beautiful thing I saw, it was the back heel pass from not Fagioli, but Allegri on the sideline. That's it. Horrible. The changes, how they entered, I didn't appreciate the behaviors, especially not that much Miretti that didn't play well, but it's not the Miretti that annoyed me, because Miretti didn't play well, but Miretti, he wanted to play. But looks like Di Maria, that I love, that I appreciate, he's a fantastic player, I want him to extend, but it looks like he entered to play. But it's 1-0. You have a mega big pressing from Verona, where you are risking, you are in panic mode, and you are toying, you are playing, trying to do the nutmeg, trying to do the fantastico dribble. No. First, the basics, first, tranquilli, and then when you manage to be able to do the fundamentals right, then you put the magic on it. Guys, when I go, and I want the kebab, let's speak about pizza. When I want the pizza, they are not putting first the mushrooms, the ham, the cheese, the mozzarella, and then the tomato sauce, and then the pasta for the pizza. No, first the pasta, then the tomato sauce, and then the magic. You can't do first the magic and then the fundamentals in football. So I really didn't appreciate how Di Maria entered. I didn't appreciate also Dusan Vlahovic. He was frustrated again, fighting. Didn't like it. And Kostic was invisible. Was he scared because he didn't want to force, because the injury in the Serbian national team? Can be. Anyway, what I didn't like is that I understand, and we will speak also about the whys. I understand rotation. I understand some players in suspension. I understand some players that you don't want to risk, like Federico Chiesa, leaving him at home. I understand the post-international break that is... I understand. Always difficult, always a question mark. I understand that. But at home, against Verona with a sold-out stadium. It is not allowed, it is not acceptable that you go in panic mode immediately. After scoring a goal, you go in panic mode. Because a lot of people, they were already telling me, Beppe, it's the typical Allegri. You score and you defend. No, it's not that. If you score and you defend, that means that the team is organized, is structured, is paying attention. They know what to do. They are consciously defending. And you like or you don't like, this is subjective. This is how you feel, how you love the game. And we can discuss hours about that, and nobody will be right, nobody will be wrong. But I can appreciate, I can understand defensive football. But this is not what Juventus was doing. Juventus was not playing defensively. Juventus totally lost it in their mind. They were not structured, they were in panic mode, there was a big split between the players that wanted to attack and the players that were scared to go up, and we were suffering Verona. I understand that Verona wants to push, because if you keep alive Verona on 1-0 because you wait the 55th minute to go for the very first time on target, and after that you disappear again, well, you have problems. You have problems because you are saying to Verona, you know what? We want to win. We will probably win, but on a misunderstanding, on a long shot from the distance, if you want to take your chance, Verona, go for it. You never know, you can even... No, if we are saying that, if that's the message that we are sending to Verona, then it's our fault. And luckily, Szczesny is doing 2 fantastic saves. The one in the last minute, really with a fantastic extension, and people are sometimes asking, why is Szczesny there? He's bad. No, he's not bad. He's not a bad goalkeeper. He's a good goalkeeper. Sometimes he's doing mistakes, but a goalkeeper, a good one, not like the one of Dortmund today. And then that anticipation a la Buffon with one hand, that was simply, purely poesy. Luckily, I will read the message of Abai, and then already start thinking and putting in the chat who was your man of the match. I have clearly in my mind who is the man of the match, but I want to know yours. And after that, we will put it in a poll with 4 names. Ciao Rick, ciao Stavros, ciao Radovan, ciao Mandalorian, ciao Sir, ciao Oliver, Thomas Makluf, Karim Selim. The message and the beautiful donation, thank you, from Abai, is saying, I'm happy for Moise, but we hardly deserved it today. All of our sub made us worse today, unusually and surprising. Locatelli and Bremer very strong today. Look, I agree. I'm happy for Moise as well. I think he deserved to start. I was surprised by one man, by Milik. I was not surprised by all the other men. But by Milik, I was surprised to see him starting. Probably he was not ready to start, but at least he did. Good for him, being back after the injury. But for Moise, I'm happy, because a lot of people were telling me, not me, people were telling me from the chat, we are expecting and we are going with an unpopular opinion that Kean, in the month of April, he can be decisive. It can be the month of Kean. Well, I saw Juve Pulse a bit earlier saying 1 is done, we have 8 to go. Yes, the 1 is done also thanks to, luckily, to Kean, that is solving that first one. He did it versus Verona in the away game, Now in our home game, he's doing it again. 3 points with a goal of Moise Kean. So I'm happy for the kid as well. That spoke really well about Allegri. He said he can become a champion, but he has a lot of things to do. He has a lot of work to do. Spoke about the fact that he's still young, but he's not 16 anymore, so I'm happy for him. We hardly deserved it today. It's 2 games. It's 2 games that we play today. The first one where we were absolutely not dangerous, but really not dangerous at all. By the way, if you want to know the score, with Soule celebrating he didn't play today, maybe he could have played today, but that's another story. If you're analyzing the 2 games, well, the first half, Juventus was risking 0. Juventus was, I said it, the boss in their home. Beautiful position on the field, quite higher, with Moise Kean super high on the field, putting some pressure on the defense of Verona. with Juventus in ball possession, 65% at the end of the first half. Juventus was there. And Juventus wanted to do. But the problem with Juventus in the first half is we were absolutely not dangerous. We were absolutely not able to create ourselves dangerous attempts. We had, if I'm not wrong, 5 attempts in the first half. One, it was the header from Bremer that went out of, I believe it went in throw-in instead of a corner or whatever. The header of Bremer was inside the box. The 4 other was out of the box. So Juventus that wanted, but I couldn't. Barrenechea not really fantastic in the first half, playing as a mezzala and not as a regista. I believe there I would have loved Allegri after 10 minutes after that the fans, we understood it, that also him changed that position with Locatelli Barrenechea. And then you have that second half where Juventus, we didn't start that well. Then we have a fantastic, beautiful Juventus in terms of one occasion, one attempt that Miretti, Locatelli, that Moiskin is able to finish with the first shot on target. Beautiful, applause, but it's an isolated thing in the first 10 minutes of the second half. And from that moment, we go in panic mode. So, do we deserve it or not? I don't know. The one that is winning is at the end deserving it. I don't know if we didn't deserve it. But we can discuss about that, yes. But I agree, our sub made our worst today. Miretti instead of Barrenechea. Miretti, there was Barrenechea 45 and Miretti 45. Barrenechea didn't do bad things today. There is nothing really that you are saying, that was really bad from Barrenechea. Nothing. But there were also nothing that you can say, that was really good from Barrenechea. And he touched more balls than Fagioli. He touched, I believe, 33 or something like that. So when he was involved, he was doing il compitino in Italian. The small thing, the pass, invisible. Even if he touched the ball, he was invisible. You can't say he did great. You can't say he did really bad. We understood that he needed to be changed because Max didn't want to invert the position with Locatelli. And that's what he's doing. Miretti, instead, his game was some good things, like the goal, but also 2-3 other things that I really said, he has it. He has it in him. He is a good player. But also wrong things. I saw the names of Locatelli. I saw the names of Bremer that luckily is not our striker because today he became Lukaku. So man of the match. Locatelli. I saw the name. I saw Bremer. I need to go back to see all the names that you have put. Locatelli, Bremer. Who else? Locatelli, Gatti. I see Gatti. I want to put Szczesny there. Luckily you are putting Szczesny. Yeah. Szczesny. We can, for the fourth one, because we are not obliged to put a fourth one, but for a fourth one I would have put or Gatti or Kean, because I appreciated the performance of Kean, and I appreciated, but let's put Kean because at the end he scored, so it would be strange if we don't put it. I put Kean instead of Gatti, but Gatti didn't play bad. The defense didn't play bad. Danilo neither, even if one time he was really, really out of position. He was really fooled. Ciao Cecilia. They were not precise, and I think Di Maria, Dusan, and Kostic didn't help at all. I didn't understand the positioning of Di Maria. Me neither. I want to go there then in details to understand how Di Maria entered, where he touched the ball, because it was really not great from Angel Di Maria. Let's go and check Di Maria heat map position. At the end, look, in the second half, we were able to enter a few times, with Kostic deflected or blocked by a defender. He was about to do the same position goal as he did versus Inter. Bremer with a header. Here, Bremer again, a la Lukaku. And luckily, Moiskin with a goal. 4 times we entered, 1 time we scored, so 25%. And all the other ones were from the distance. If we are looking at the heat map, let's take away Verona. Let's take away Juventus and just focus on Angel Di Maria that entered in second half. What do we see? That when he enters at the around the 60th. The first ball he's touching is at the 64th in the middle of the field. But he just entered. Okay. Then he's on the left. Then he's on the right. Then he is in the middle. Then he's on the left. A bit. And then he's again on the right. A bit more on the left. Di Maria trying to find his position on the left. But look how many times he tried to be able to find a position. The positioning on the field. Rotating around the box to find a position to go and shot. But it's not the positioning of Di Maria that really annoyed me. It's the position of all the team. In the first half, you saw a lot of people doing runs and leaving their position to be taken by someone else. Quadrado going more centrally to leave the flank, the wing to Gatti. This is something I saw. Barrenechea that opened totally on the wing in the first half. Same thing for Fagioli sometimes. So there were some things that I didn't understand in the first half. In the second half, yeah, Di Maria entered. I said now with Kostic, with Vlahovic, with Di Maria, you need to score 2 or 3 goals. And we didn't. We were risking. And that annoyed me really, really, really a lot. Fagioli also good. Yeah, Fagioli was one that didn't touch a lot of balls. He didn't, especially not in the first half. But Fagioli is showing some maturity, and the only one that was able to put Verona in difficulty and to show something to Juventus was Fagioli. The only one in the first half. In the second half, we had a bit more. But Fagioli, yeah, now, when we are able to find Fagioli, Fagioli is doing well. Fagioli is doing well. At the end, Fagioli touched 44 balls, like his shirt number. 88% pass accuracy, which is not really bad. Look, Gatti touched nearly 100 balls. Nearly 100. Locatelli, 76. Danilo, 69. Quadrado, 62. He was subbed. He was not happy to be subbed out. I didn't understand it. I was believing that he would stay, but I understand also that you are focusing on Inter. I can understand it. One thing is sure, De Sciglio will not start versus Inter. That's for sure. I didn't like De Sciglio. I didn't like him at all today. On top of not being dangerous offensively, defensively he made some of the mistakes that were really, really scaring me. Why didn't I put Gatti inside? He played a really great game, but 2 or 3 times, and also De Sciglio was doing the same mistakes, we were giving too much the ball back. And this is one of the big problems of Juve. We find a way, when we are going in panic mode, to take back the ball from the strikers, offensive players, midfielders, from Verona or the oppositional team, and we are giving them back the ball immediately. How many times did we see it? Gatti trying to go long, De Sciglio, but even Danilo, Bremer, going with these long balls. It's not even the midfielders. We have good midfielders now. Okay, Rabiot was not there. I understand it. But Locatelli, you have a Fagioli. Fagioli, a lot of time we were not even involving him because we were trying to not defend, but to take the danger away from our box. And you can do it sometimes. But if this is your plan, then we have a problem. Then we have a problem. So it seems that Locatelli will score versus Inter. Well, today he did the assist, but it's not a goal yet, but it's still an assist. That means that I will be there for the goal of Locatelli. Anthony Bremer missed that nice setup by Gatti. Mamma mia, what a miss. Was a big miss. Huh? Even if when you are watching the replay, the ball is slightly behind him, and he's trying to go with his left foot. That is absolutely not his good foot. So when I saw the replay, I understood it a bit better, but still it's a big mistake. Sebastiano Juve, Angel Di Maria did too much dribbles sometimes. Yeah. No, the game of Di Maria was not fantastic. There was a foul on Di Maria. Oh yeah. And even a second yellow card, but the referee ignored it. That would probably be the second goal for us. Well, if we go with supposition, we don't know, because we had a few free kicks. By the way, one of Danilo that touched the back, and again, can someone go back and try to tell me how many consecutive games are we touching the post? Out of my mind, the first game versus Nantes, We had it versus Freiburg. We had it in against Inter, I believe. A lot, huh? A lot. But I don't remember all of them, but I think it's like the fourth or fifth game that we have or the post or the bar that we are touching consecutively. Crazy, crazy, crazy. 44 plus 15 is 59, minus 71. 12 points from Napoli, dream or believe. But Napoli still needs to play tomorrow. Look, it's really strange what I will tell you, but at this point, hopefully they win. I will not be happy if they win. If they lose, I'm also happy. But logically, mathematically, if you are looking at the ranking, well, Milan losing after Inter losing could be a good one for Juve. And so the amount of times Kean gets the chance to score is unbelievable. And he should score a heap of those chances. Mamma mia. Ciao Beppe, great performance by Gatti. Yeah. Third in a row as a starter. Davidovic should be in jail. Maybe, yes, Tomsi. Alwi, De Sciglio starts again. Inter is a suicide. He didn't play well. Some people like Kinkiesa are saying, when did De Sciglio ever played great? Well, I have to say that last season, De Sciglio... Wait. Before you attack me like crazy people, there were some games where De Sciglio played really well. Until that big injury, there were some games where he did really play well, especially when he was playing on the left side. You remember last season? So I would not say that De Sciglio never did any beautiful performance. That's a stretch. But of course, De Sciglio this season never impressed me when he was available. And that's even the worst thing, because not a lot of time he's available. But today, no, absolutely didn't appreciate. At the end of the first half, he was so clear that we were attacking only on the side of Cuadrado. Can we watch maybe what happened here with the attacking thirds? So if you're looking at first half, and maybe someone needs to tell me when Kostic entered. Kostic entered at the 66th, okay? So the first half, 42% on Cuadrado's side. We continue, 45 at the 50th. We are approaching the 46. Then we drop down a bit. 43. Okay. Here, Kostic is entering. So 43% is on the right side without Kostic. Only 26 is on the left. What does that mean in football? That you don't go with De Sciglio. That you know that De Sciglio will not be the one that will solve you the game. That you are not trusting him offensively. There was a big mistake, according to me, from Di Maria, where on the right side you have totally unmarked De Sciglio that remains unmarked until the end. In the beginning you have a Vlahovic that is unmarked, and then in the second time he is man-marked. In the first moment, Di Maria is looking on the right. He sees De Sciglio, he sees Vlahovic, but he sees also the defender going on Vlahovic. So he decides not to go on Vlahovic. I can understand it. But he sees De Sciglio because he's watching De Sciglio, and he decides not to give him the pass. He could have given him a caviar, a fantastic pass. He decided to put his ball again a bit more on the left side and go with a shot that was really awful. But this is also having De Sciglio and having a Di Maria that is taking a bad mistake, influenced by it is De Sciglio maybe. I don't know why he's deciding not giving him the ball, which is wrong, which is wrong. But anyway, I was not happy. Peter, I thought I was going to watch a relaxing Juve win. Instead, almost had a heart attack. Yeah, De Sciglio is Allegri's love child. But yeah. Fagioli is missing a turbo option to break through a difficult situation. Once he developed that, he will be amazing. But he was, because when he was there... Anyway, they knew Del Piero was watching and they needed to impress the king. Well, they didn't really impress him, but we can say one thing. Alex Del Piero, the curse is over. Why am I saying that? Because for the very first time, Alex Del Piero, watching Juve live in whatever stadium, but watching Juve live with his presence, we won a game. And it's not that common, because last year when we played with our, I believe, fourth shirt or whatever, he was there. Yeah, it was the first shirt, remember the one of Zakaria, and we did 1-1, I believe, something like that, 1-1 with a goal of Dusan Vlahovic. I believe it was the bicycle of Morata and then the header of Dusan Vlahovic. I don't remember who it was. Attenzione, because we have a fantastic, beautiful gesture from Mohammad Youssef that is offering 5 memberships on the channel. Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5. And he's offering them randomly to Saleh, to Enzo, to King Chiesa, to Nicolas Carelis, and to 1, 2, 3, 4, and to Sebastiano Juve. 5 people on the channel. Thank you, Mohammad Youssef. Guys, say thank you to Mohammad. That is not even writing a message, is just giving membership. Thank you. Thank you. For sure, we have strong defenders, so we recover the ball, but we have no idea how to build when pressed. But that's the thing. At a certain moment, you have also to trust a Fagioli. Look, I told you, touches of ball, 44 Fagioli. That's in the... I can't see it anymore, damn. I believe it's more or less the same as in the first half. I believe even less than in the first half. In the first half, Fagioli touched like 26 balls, if I'm not wrong. Let me check. Let me try to recuperate that one. The heat map of Fagioli, and then we will go with the touches. Fagioli. So, touch map. Okay. At the 45th, I need to count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 23, 24, 25, 26. Mamma mia. Mamma mia. Mamma mia. My head is not bad, huh? I remember everything by heart. So 26 touches, that means that he touched like 22 in the second half. And look the difference. In the first half, a lot of time on the right side of the field. In second half, yes, purely here, but even less present. Look at the touches of Fagioli. It's not enough, huh? And why is that? Because the defender were going over Fagioli. You can't see it. Damn. It's my fault, guys. I was not showing you. So I go back. So the first half, 26 touches. I count them already. Second half, you see, if here you have a big concentration of Fagioli here. In the second half, it's here, yes, but then also a bit not enough involved. Not enough involved. And that's why, because we are going with these long shots from the defense, boom, 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 and we are going over Locatelli, over Fagioli. When are Fagioli and Locatelli impressing? That's when they have the ball, because they recuperated it with anticipation. If you don't believe me, look at the defensive stats from our players. And what do you see? Manuel Locatelli was fantastic defensively. 3 tackles, 2 1 tackles, 2 interceptions, 2 clearances, committed 1 foul, 1 foul. He was everywhere. Again, Locatelli, fantastic performance. No, he was not injured, he was suspended. Gatti should have scored that chance. All he had to do was it was Bremer, not Gatti. Gatti did a fantastic assist. Chiellini has a deserving successor. Attenzione, Attenzione. In characteristics, yes, but attenzione. Dash, hey Beppe, I just joined. Credit to Verona. They did the 5-man press really well. It was tough to break down. Yeah, credits to Verona. Yes, I agree. In this morning video, we were saying how much they were pressing, and they were pressing men on men. We said it this morning. We said that on the right side, Faraoni could have been a danger. It was not really a danger, but they changed it. They played with De Pauli, that normally De Pauli is the right back. They played De Pauli on the left, and probably that surprised Juve as well. No, Verona did what they had to do. But we can't allow them. we can't allow them just to do whatever they want to do. Ferhat, if Milan wins against Napoli, that could mean that Napoli loses on purpose against teams that competes with Juve. Lazio versus no, guys, I don't think that Napoli wants to lose on purpose for Juve. No, no, I don't believe that. It will be a big test also for the Champions League, so I don't believe that. Thank you to someone that just subscribed to the channel. You know it. That's always really, really nice. Apparently, people are saying, Beppe, we reached 24,400 on the channel. Mamma mia. The last time I checked, we were at 23,987. Road to 25. Road to 25. That's beautiful. Thank you, guys. Really appreciate it. Rabiot was missed. I don't think that Rabiot today would have been able to do a lot of beautiful things. The curse applies to Europe only. It's not true, AJ. It's not true, AJ. The last time he was with us in our stadium, it was Serie A. Beppe, we want to watch Del Piero as a guest on your channel. It's time. And guys, that's difficult, huh? That's really difficult, huh? You know, I never tried with players. I could ask because I have a lot of contacts. I could ask to a lot of players, but I don't do it. I work for Juve. I would first need to ask to Juve if possible or not. I have already the chance to do it there on the Juve channel, which is great, but anyway. Beppe, Fagioli as a regista can unlock Locatelli to a box-to-box win-win situation. Well, we spoke already about Fagioli becoming in the future a regista. He has the skills to do it. But I think I would not change it, especially not this season. I think it makes totally no sense to go and create confusion while Locatelli perfectly knows what he had to do there. What we can know now is that Barrenechea as a mezzala didn't work today, especially not with the Fagioli and the Locatelli. So if you are playing with three, Barrenechea needs to be in the middle, otherwise he's a bit lost. Radovan, Beppe, I'm wrong. Am I wrong? I think most fouls on Juve is being made on Fagioli. But the last games, yes. If you are looking now, let me check. Fagioli, fouls 1, 2. The most fouls were on Milik, 4, and even Miretti, 4. Miretti received a lot of fouls. Then 2 for Bremer, Gatti, Niccolò Fagioli, and Quadrado. Fouls conceded, Quadrado, Kean, and Miretti conceded 2 each. Good Locatelli, he won, by the way. He won man of the match. You voted for him. Locatelli 58, Chesney 21, Moiskin 16, Bremer 2%, which I can agree with that ranking. Locatelli was my man of the match 100%. Are they gonna deduct more points? I saw the thumbnail of your video and got a heart attack. No, but you never know. You never know. You never know. Road to 25. Andiamo ragazzi. Today was just sloppy overall. We bounced back against Inter. I have no problem again with sloppy. I don't like sloppy. But I would not mind. You know, the first half was sloppy. But you were in control of the game. And I knew. And I said, guys, it will arrive. We will win that game. It will be okay. I have absolutely zero stress level. I see the players that wants to unmark themselves. I see the players that are going fast to take this throw in. I see some players that are running. I see some players, they are doing mistakes. They are not precise. We don't see a beautiful, dangerous football. Yeah. But I believe that with Dusan Vlahovic, with Di Maria, with Kostic, all of them entering from the bench, I think that Juventus, we have nothing to worry about. Unfortunately, that second half, we were worrying because of these guys that entered after the 1-0. And that's really, really strange. Because then it was not sloppy anymore. Then it was confusing and dangerous. Mlađo, thank you Mlađo. Beppe, I'm from Serbia, but Vlahovic attitude worry me lately. He is always angry with someone and reminds me of Ibrahimovic. He's too green for that. It's a beautiful reflection, Mlađo. Thank you for your donation, buddy. That's what I said when you were probably not there yet, but I said I was angry with Dusan because I didn't understand the reason why he was angry today. Why? What was the purpose of being angry to enter angry? Always looking someone to be angry against. One time it's the referee because it's not whistling. One time it's because you're not controlling well. One time it's because you didn't receive the ball well. So in games like that, you need players that are giving you reassurance, that are giving you the calma that you need. That doesn't mean play calma, play defensively. No, but we are there, tranquilli. It will be okay. We know what to do. Give me the ball. Instead of going crazy. Because that's what we did with Vlahovic, but also Di Maria. He entered to toy today. I don't like that. I love beautiful football, the dribble. That's why we are living for, guys. That's what we are looking for, the 5 stars on FIFA, of course. But you need to know when to do it. And you know what I hated the most? And then I will say twice thank you to Alessandro in a second. What is the thing that I hate the most? What is the thing that I hate the most? What I love the most is the one of Dr. SP. Loved watching Locatelli play today. Otherwise, I'm just glad we won. I agree. For me, Locatelli was really beautiful to watch. Like Dr. SP. Sliding tackles, assist, presence. I will send him a message, by the way. I need to congratulate him for that. But what was the thing that annoys me the most? Who can tell me? And then I say thank you to Alessandro. Who can tell me? Who can tell me? We see. Let's see if you are able to guess what made me really angry today. You need to tell me, Sloppy final third? But there's one specific thing that angered me. No, it's not the Miretti touches. It's one thing that really... Okay, it's De Sciglio, but there is something specifically that De Sciglio didn't do that really, really annoyed me. Juve, sorry, I was not paying attention. Can you repeat? What one thing that was that annoyed me the most? One specific thing. Yeah, Thomas. De Sciglio leaving the ball go out at the 82nd minute. Mamma mia. I went really, really, really angry. Because losing time, killing time, it's totally understandable. It's not beautiful, but it's understandable. Like Szczesny at the 89th minute when he's going on the ground with the ball, I tell him, stay there, win 3 seconds, 4 seconds, 5 seconds, stay, calma, wait, and we build again. But at the 82nd minute, when you are in final third, Bogdan was faster, you won, Bogdan. When you are in the final third, and the ball is going out, but not even fast, tranquilly, in the final third, and you have like 4 or 5 players of Juve that are up, you are only leading 1-0. That means that your intention at that very moment was to attack. So it doesn't mean that you are standing back and waiting. No, because you went in counter-attack or whatever, or you build, and you are up front. So that means that you are looking for that 2-0 at that specific moment, at the 82nd minute. If that ball is going your direction, and you decide to walk, to let that ball go out, that makes me angry. If the same thing would have happened 50 meters behind, I understand. Don't go crazy. Let that ball go out. If it happens the same thing at the 88th minute and you're on top, I understand. But if it's happening at the 82nd minute, you're only winning 1-0, and you leave that ball, like, you remember what happened a few games ago with Kean leaving that ball going in corner kick instead of trying to go and score? I don't remember which game, I don't remember the result. We were angry. Well, today that made me really, really angry. Because that means, that you are scared. And that you are not convinced about yourself taking that ball, dribbling one man and going with a cross. And that annoyed me a lot, but really a lot. Let me say thank you to Alessandro twice. The first time because he became friend of the channel for 4 consecutive months. Grande Juve, grande Del Piero, grazie Beppe e tutti i Juventini. Fagioli will be the future, needs to needs to be less casual on his final third passes for Ciao Juve. Well, I asked him personally as well. He said that's something I want to grow in. No, he knows. He told me. He said it's something I really want to grow in. I want to become better in my final third. I spoke with I don't remember who told me the same about Fagioli, but also his father. His father himself said he needs to grow in that final third. So on that one, 100% Fagioli needs to grow, and he knows. I would not say that Fagioli is the future. I would already say that Fagioli is already the present. If you're looking now, Fagioli played again 90 minutes, so he didn't go out. Increased again that under 23 from the next gen in terms of minutes. Kean, Barrenechea, Miretti, Fagioli, they all increased again that were already at 4,700 minutes, I believe. So we have to increase that again with nearly 200 minutes. I would say that Fagioli is the most ready one, the one that is receiving a lot of trust, the one that will not go out easily from the starting 11 from Max Allegri, except in rotational situations, but not today. So thank you for 4 months. And then also thanks to Alessandro, because he gifted randomly a membership, and this time it was for ACID. So ACID, hopefully you said thank you to Alessandro. Really appreciate it. Grande Alessandro. Really, really, really appreciate it. And we continue to have more and more subscribers on the channel, which make me happy because we are at 24,406. If you didn't yet subscribe to the channel, put the maximum of like. We are at 131. I believe we can do even better. De Sciglio following Allegri's instruction. No, I don't believe so. But to be honest, I think that we missed Rabiot tonight more than anyone else. Never mind, another 3 points, very important 3 points. Dai ragazzi, fino alla fine sempre Forza Juve. Well, no. Look, the two players that were replacing Rabiot and Barrenechea and Miretti were not able to offer what Rabiot was offering. Barrenechea for the role that is diverse. Miretti, because some things he's doing well, some things he's doing wrong. So attenzione, because we have a message that is really important from Alessandro. He's saying, I am in hospital for my wife, but she will be okay. I didn't see that missed Mattia De Sciglio moment, but he seems the opponent since the news he snitched. He's not mentally as strong, poor guy. Look, hopefully your wife is doing well and will do well. I don't know why. So I wish you a lot of strength, Alessandro. Max also left early. I think he was not happy too. No, he was not happy, because this is important when we are judging Max. We love him, we don't like him, but it is really important to understand he never said he wants to win 1-0. Sometimes it's needed to defend the 1-0. But when Max wants to defend, he wants to do it in control of the game. Even if you give the ball to the opponents, he wants to be in control. He doesn't want to go into panic mode. And that's where Max goes totally crazy. When Angel Di Maria is doing crazy dribbles there up front that are absolutely not needed. When Juventus is not organized and they go with taking the ball, putting it away, taking the ball, putting it away, taking the ball, putting it away, because you are not in a position that you are structured, organized, and in control of it. And that's where he goes totally out of mind. That's something he hates more than everything. Only one from our youngsters that we can say adapted at most is 100% Fagioli. Yeah. I don't know. I think it was a good performance overall. Verona never makes it easy. Oh, of course, Verona is not a great team in Serie A this season. If we compare to the Verona of Juric, the Verona of the past, it was always a difficult team to play with. They decreased a lot. But Verona already put us in difficulties in the first game. They did again this time. But what made me angry today, what made me sad, is that we decided to keep them alive. And that happened so many times again. that we give them the chance. And that's something we have to pay attention. Tom Cam, hope you are doing great. Miretti needs to step up his game. He seems to lack in stamina and power a lot. Yeah, he needs to improve, huh? Guys, I believe, if we were speaking about it a few days ago, Miretti from 17 years old, Fagioli from 17 years old, Miretti was stronger. Miretti from 19 years old, Fagioli from 19 years old, Miretti is stronger. Miretti from 19 years old, Fagioli from 21. Is it 21 or 22 Fagioli? I need to check that. Sometimes I go crazy. Wait, let me check. Sometimes 22. Fagioli from 22. It's 3 years older than Miretti. Fagioli is much better than Miretti at the moment. He's in his moment and he's doing really well. So I agree. Michael, Ciao Giuseppe, did you see when Allegri lost his mind when Angel did the wrong pass? Yeah, I saw Allegri going crazy. I didn't know it was because of Di Maria, but I said it just a few seconds earlier. This is the things that makes Allegri super pissed off. It's not the first time it happens, but he's correct. I know that Di Maria, it's his way of playing football, the way of controlling the... Attenzione. Didn't like it at all. So I understand him. Gotta say, he was happy for Szczesny for a change. Looks more reliable these days. I had never problems with Szczesny myself. I always considered him a good goalkeeper. For me, what annoys me, of course, is at long term, it's his salary that we are paying a lot for Szczesny. Sometimes he has these moments where it's difficult for him. I know it. But globally, it's a really good goalkeeper. We can be happy to have two goalkeepers like Perin that will play in Coppa Italia and Szczesny. Milik was, according to me, the one that had the most difficulty today. Milik was the one that had really difficulty physically, really physically. Beppe, I just watched the highlight of the game. To be honest, Verona had one serious chance and Tech was there. Yeah. Verona was not that dangerous, huh? Juventus blocked, but again, misunderstanding and you score. Szczesny sleeping and you score. Dino, Allegri. Obiettivo in futuro avere 8-9 giocatori provenienti dalla next gen alla Juventus, come ha fatto Manchester United. Non ha senso alzare l'età dei giocatori in primavera come si fa a giocare a 20 anni in primavera. A quell'età si è già grandi. C'è gente che ha 2 Fagioli. Wait, I need to understand that last part. So the objective in the future is to have 8-9 players that comes from the next gen in Juventus, like Manchester United did. It has absolutely no sense to increase the average age of players in Primavera. What is Primavera, guys? It's the under 19 that we have. And then he's saying, it makes no sense. Now, how do you do to stay in Primavera with the youngsters when you are 20? At that age, you are already big. There are people that already have 2 Fagioli. I don't understand what he means with that last sentence. But anyway, he's saying that, and it's correct in the future, but President Agnelli said exactly the same before leaving. He said the goal is to have in the future, I think he said like 5 or 6 stable, 8 or 9 in the first team from the next gen, which would be fantastic from Juve. It makes no sense to increase the age of the Primavera. Guys, mamma mia, I started to have dyslexia. Now I understand. There are people that at that age already has 2 kids. Okay, figlioli means kids. Mamma mia. My fault. My bad. Okay, now it makes sense. So I repeat again. Allegri. And tell me if you agree or not with what he said. No, guys, dyslexia. Fagioli, 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 and then I see Figlioli, and I thought at Fagioli. Okay, I explain again. Last time, Allegri said, in the future, the objective is to have 8-9 players from the next gen in the first team. Okay, great. Like at Juventus, like Manchester United did. It makes no sense to increase the average age of the tournament of the Primavera. It's not only Juve, it's all the tournament that now stops at, it's under 19, so 19, max 20 years, depending on the year you are born. So it makes no sense to increase it even more, because otherwise, at that age, you are already old. You're already big, you're already mature. How is it possible that at 20 years you're still playing with the Primavera? At that age, there are even some people that already have 2 kids. That was the message of Allegri, and now I understand it. Because I didn't understand. There are people, they have already 2 Fagioli. I said, what is he speaking about? No, 2 Figlioli makes sense. Do you agree or not with what Max just said? I agree. I totally agree. And that's why I'm proud that Juventus was the first team to do the next-gen team. Szczesny save was absolutely class. I agree. What about Kean today? Well, I appreciated Kean a lot. Thank you, David. Grazie, Davide. Really appreciate it. Just like that. Kindness. Grazie, Davide. I appreciated Moise Kean a lot today. I will tell you why. In the minutes that he played, and I believe it's 60 minutes until the goal, he believed he stayed a bit more. Unfortunately, he will not be there versus Lazio. But I appreciated all his big pressing on the men, never giving up, always fighting, always trying to chase them. The first one that was pressing everyone. I'm curious to see the kilometers run by Moise, because he did really a lot. But the guy was running, chasing. At the end, one possibility to go on target, and he's going with a goal. So I really appreciate it. The only thing that I missed from Kean, but Juve in general, but also Kean, especially in that first half, was the fact that he did the runs with physicality, with pressure, with will, to chase the ball. That means that we don't have the ball. But when Juventus had the ball, he was not doing the runs to call the ball, to unmark himself, to go, like in that invisible tunnel that is taking the player with him. There is always that invisible tunnel. And sometimes it's not, as I said, it is invisible, not visible, but you need to create that tunnel, that space to go, so that a Fagioli, a Miretti, a Quadrado, whoever plays there, they are able to give you that ball. They are able to give you that ball. And that was something that I was missing from Kean, also Milik today. Needed to do much better. On that one, needed to do much better. Look, it's not a mystery. He found that space, like Colin is saying, that space, that invisible tunnel. He found the way to illuminate it, to spot on the light in that tunnel one time. Miretti, one touch. Locatelli, control, bings, that pass, he's there and he's going on target. He's not missing. That's what we are asking. Find a space. But if he was not doing the right movement, never he would have been in front of 1-on-1 with Montipo. So great for him. But I appreciate it. I have to admit that I really appreciated him. Grande David, really appreciated again, my friend. Really, seriously, thank you, grande. Rick, Beppe being Sicilian, yeah. But Sasha is correct, and Beppe is struggling because he speaks too many languages. I don't know if it's struggling because of speaking many languages. This one was really. I don't suffer dyslexia. My son suffers dyslexia. Me not. But guys, I read it 5 times and I saw Fagioli instead of Figlioli. So I really read Fagioli 5 times. So thank you, really. Yeah. Beppe, what part? Sicily. I'm from Sicily, like Riccardo is telling you in the chat. Beppe, we are on -4 from top 4. incredible form. Well, let's go and check the ranking in Serie A. These were the lineups, by the way. These were the lineups. So we won 1-0. The last game we won 2-0. This time 1-0. So, guys, it never happened in Serie A that we won 3 consecutive games versus Verona with 3 clean sheets. It's the 3rd consecutive game that we are winning versus Verona with a clean sheet. If we are going to the rankings of Serie A, like how Serie A table, okay. So at the moment, with minus 15, we are at minus 4 from top 4. But, of course, Milan needs to play, Atalanta needs to play. No, Atalanta not. They won today. Milan needs to play, and Roma needs to play. So, if Milan wins, they go at 51. And that doesn't change. Yeah, that means that top 4 goes at 50. That means that we are at minus 6. So if Milan wins, we are at minus 6 from top 4. If Milan lose, we are at minus 4. If Milan's draw, we are at minus 5. Then we need also to understand what Roma will do, because what is dangerous and annoying is we are not just behind one team. It's 3 teams before entering the top 4, with 2 of them that needs to play tomorrow. Roma, I think, a relatively easy game, and then Milan with Napoli. If we receive back our 15, we are at 59, and ciao a tutti. We just need to see what Lazio is doing. If tomorrow Lazio loses, we are at plus 7 on the field from Lazio. That's really, really huge and big. Riccardo, hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Thank you, Beppe. I agree 100%. Grazie, Riccardo Santomaggio from Australia, my friend. That is also saying suspension for Kean. Well, Kean, if we are looking at the next game of Juve, let me go on that one. It goes quite easy. Juve fixtures. So the first one is gone. Like Juve Pulse was saying earlier, it's gone. And we won. And that's great. Now we have Coppa Italia. I will be there. And Locatelli will score. You all know that. That's a fact. Lazio, he will miss it. And he will be back. No, he will be there versus Inter. I don't know if he will play or not, but he will be there. Lazio, he will miss it. And he will be there versus Sporting, and he will be back versus Sassuolo. Versus Lazio, well, the positive thing, of course, is that today Vlahovic rested for 60 minutes, Di Maria rested for 60 minutes, Kostic rested for 60 minutes. For Inter, we are recuperating Federico Chiesa, that will be managed until the end of the season. Like Ciao Juventus is saying, Chiesa will be back versus Inter, should be back versus Inter, not starting, but we have options. Milik back, Vlahovic back, Di Maria back, Chiesa back. You have a Sule, you have a Ealing Jr. You know, offensively, I'm not missing Kean versus versus Lazio. I'm not missing him. Who is still under suspension? Allegri and Danilo. We have to pay attention for Danilo. Let me check. I will tell you now. Kean will be out of suspension. Well, he will have first the suspension, then luckily it will be gone for him. But who remains there? I said it during the live. I need to check again. Alexandro, Danilo, Allegri. So that's a real dangerous one, guys. Huh? Luckily, our friend now is growing Gatti, because if you have in the same game in Serie A and Alexandro and Danilo, could be a difficult one. Rick, say hello to Maurizio from everyone to GOFC Melbourne, Gigi Buffon family, when you go to the Coppa Italia game. Well, if I have time, because this time, for the very first time, I'm in another entry from the stadium. So I don't enter where I usually enter. So, you know, the side of the players. This time I will be on the other side of the field. So I will enter in gate D. If I have time, I go first to Maurizio and I will say hello to him. I promise you, Riccardo. Let me check, because apparently someone tagged me on Twitter saying me Beppe, Twitter. But I don't know, guys. I don't see I'm not tagged on Twitter. Twitter Beppe, but I'm trying to find, but I'm not tagged, guys. So I can't check, guys. But I would love to, huh? Now I am tagged. Okay, let me check. Chesney. Futuro, mi vedo solo alla Juventus. Future, I see myself only at Juventus. Io guardo così la classifica. Siamo a più 9 dall'Inter e a più 7 dalla Lazio. What does that mean? How I am looking at the ranking, we are at plus 9 over Inter, at plus 7 over Lazio. These are exactly the same words that, of course, changing the numbers, but the same words as Perin said a few days ago in Tuttosport. He said, we, as a team, we are united and we see ourselves second in ranking of Serie A. Here you have exactly the confirmation of Szczesny, but it's true that reading these words, guys, it's impressive. It's something that I don't realize, or I didn't really realize that much, how much better on the field we did than Inter. Plus 7 without the Salernitana, because with the Salernitana you are a plus 9 over Inter. Lazio, they still need to play tomorrow, so it can be a plus 6. But anyway, a plus 7 over Napoli, over Inter. If we are looking the ranking, Milan, if tomorrow they win, they have 51. If tomorrow they win versus Napoli, they are on the field at minus 8 from Juve. If they lose, they are at minus 11 from Juve. And that's why I tell you that these games versus Verona, starting Barrenechea, yeah, it's 9 over Inter, Beppe, not 7. You're correct, Radovan. Winning versus Verona, starting Barrenechea, resting Di Maria. Chiesa also rested. He was not ready, but he rested. Chiesa, Di Maria, Vlahovic, Kostic, Alexandro, strange, but making sure that he's resting. Rabiot rested today. If you're adding up all of this, that means that actually you are doing much better. So and that's why it's important to win versus Verona. Dirty win, beautiful win, spectacular win, or whatever. It's important to win. Azzurri Juve, this is just my instinct talking, but I don't think we'll get the full 15 back, but just a reduction. And I think it will be 9 or 10 point deduction instead of 15. I will take it. Well, Azzurri Juve, normally, and that's what we are saying, but it's sporting justice, nothing is normal. But normally it's not possible. Normally, or they take away the 15, that means we are giving them back as it should, or they keep the minus 15, or they decide to not decide, which already happened so many times in Italy, deciding of not deciding. That means postponing and going again to another court and blah, 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 blah. So that means that we don't know. But in no case you have a change of the points that we're taking back, going to a minus 9 or a minus 6 or no. Normally. Then there is another trial where you are saying that on top of the 15, you can even add minus 25 for the partnership, for the salary maneuver, for all these kind of things. On top of the 15, that can reach a total of 40 points. That's what they were speaking about yesterday, scaring, but it's really strange again. Look, guys, look at Barcelona. Honestly, Barcelona apparently, on papers, they said that they were paying referees. They were saying that they were in financial trouble, that there was this. How long did we hear speaking about that on papers, on social media? 2 days, and it's over. That doesn't mean that they are not guilty or that they are guilty. They spoke about it full power in big with titles for 2 days. And now the papers in Spain, they go with the justice. The court will decide yes or no. And they will speak when they have some news. When Barcelona will be cancelled from La Liga, they will say it. Or if they will be free of all charges, they will speak about it. Manchester City, 4 years of investigations. Nobody knew nothing about it. They go out with, now we will go to justice. They speak about it 2 days and nobody's speaking about it anymore. That doesn't mean that it's over. It's not over. But okay, now we move on. Now we celebrate the 4-1 win. Juve. Immediately, boom, boom, minus 15, boom, minus 15. Without defending yourself. All these things were already anticipated on the papers. Now, the 19th of April is approaching with some leaks that they will give us back. But now you have new leaks. But how is it possible that the papers are already telling you, in Italy every single day new things, that possibly they will receive a minus 25. The rumors are saying, how is it possible? Which rumors? That means that the court, that the prosecutors, the judges, and also they give you the information to the papers. They give the information to the papers consciously. And why are they doing that? Because if they launch this kind of news, Juventus is guilty in the head of every single one. Because Juventus has already been judged on the papers. Not in court, but that's not important. On the paper, every day, Juventus minus 15, Juventus minus 40, Juventus Serie B, Juventus UEFA not in Champions League, Juve this, Juve. Every day. Even the judges, they are humans, they see the paper, Juventus is guilty. In their mind, Juventus is guilty. But every single day, you see articles about Juventus. Instead of knowing the 19th is the court, what are the possible scenarios? 1, 2, 3. Okay, great. We wait now and we'll speak about it when we know. And no, every day, Juventus is guilty. That's the problem. Ciao Fahad. Ciao Beppe. Sluggish win, but 3 points. What matters? Congrats. Congrats to us. Who is the starter now between Gatti and Alexandro? I believe still Alexandro. But the good thing, Hanin, is that today we have an option where before the game of Freiburg, we had no options. Gatti was not even starting, but it's thanks to Bonucci injured that Gatti was obliged to start. Alexandro and Bonucci being injured. And he proved himself to be an alternative. The two that can't be changed are Bremer and Danilo. Now we can change. But even if Danilo is not there, you have an Alexandro on the left, you have Gatti on the right side. So it's Bremer. The only one that can't be changed is Bremer. If Bremer is missing, you know who is there? Rugani. Bonucci, I tell you and I repeat you, Bonucci, even for Allegri, it's difficult to let him start. Because you have Bremer. And it's not only because of Bonucci, it's because also Bremer not finding his best position in a four-man defense and so on and so on. You see, After being him called up and being at the World Cup, Bremer with Brazil, he was not called up with Brazil anymore. When was he called up? When Marquinhos got injured and then he was called up. Why? Because the defense of Juve with Alexandro, Danilo and Bremer, they are all three-man defense. While Brazil is playing with a four-man defense. And while Alexandro, it's over in a four-man defense on the left, Danilo can potentially still play in a four-man defense. Bremer absolutely not. I don't know how and where they calculate these points, but nobody knows except of the papers that are putting there randomly these numbers. Beppe, they can't left the field to cool down. They need to write every day for the lie to become truth. No, but that's really what they are doing, huh? Every day, because then if you are saying, guys, if you are saying 25 times a lie, at the end it becomes the truth. If you're saying 25 times a lie, at the end it becomes the truth. Thank you to Mohammed. Can we say Inter and Milan momentum is gone? And they are back to the same old Milan and Inter. Juve, still most solid organization and most strategic. Today, President Ferrero spoke to the GOFC members. There were 330 people there. And he said, we are in a moment of difficulty. Look, the moment of difficulty of Juve started with... Let me put a shirt on, guys. I'm a bit cold. Wait, 1 second. But the moment of difficulty with Juve started when the management was not united anymore. When one was against Allegri, the other one was pro Allegri, the other one was doing crazy things on the mercato, and they went with Ronaldo while the other one didn't want Ronaldo. And then you had this, and then so from the moment that you lost that unity, that same vision, because Andrea Agnelli was also focusing a lot on Super League. Don't forget that less probably present on the field, but busy with other things that were important on long term. Probably even more important than what we are doing now. But from the moment that we're not united anymore, we are in a difficult moment. It will take long to be again a strong, solid organization. But Juventus, they are defending themselves off the field. A lot will depend which strategic choices we will take from next season in terms of sporting director, in terms of the structure that we want there to have. Let me check, because I try to... you see, Allegri said exactly the same thing as me. I was angry because we didn't play a good game. I agree. I totally agree. I agree with Max. We didn't play a great game. From the moment that we will have again that strong one, we will be back. Then Inter and Milan. Look, we said it so many times, Mohammed. Winning one time, a lot of people can do it. Between 89 and 2006, you had so many teams that won in Serie A. Sampdoria, Milan, Juve, Roma, Lazio. So many teams. Being able to repeat yourself, this is where the difficulty is. Being able to repeat yourself. Now it's the turn of Napoli. And why? Because Milan has that dip. Inter has that dip now. We had our dip in the beginning of the season. Now we are finding back the pieces to do better. Well, Napoli, they don't have the dip. Now they lost the mask of Osimhen. Let's see. But it's too late, because they are playing a full Serie A without any pressure. If last year, do you remember, without World Cup stop, they were fighting with Milan in the beginning. Until the 10th or 11th game, they were fighting ex aequo with Milan. After that, it was Inter that started to chase big fight between Inter, Milan, Napoli, and at the end, when they could do something, they shit in their pants. They lost it, and then they went third in Serie A. Because of the pressure, because of the stress, because of the momentum of down that they were not able to recuperate from, then Inter went in total panic mode and Milan won last year. Well, 2 years ago, Napoli was out of the top 4. This year they have all the stars aligned, and it's one thing is to play with someone always on your back, because a lot of people are saying, yeah, but Max Allegri won because Serie A was weak. Yeah, Napoli did until this year. When we were fighting with Napoli, it was their best ever record in Serie A in terms of points. Roma, exactly the same, best ever in Serie A without winning the Serie A, because Juventus was even stronger. So we were used to it. But anyway, David Elitok, ciao Beppe, big fan of Hertha Berlin, Germany, old lady. Started watching Juve games constantly for the first time and started loving Juve, especially the togetherness after deduction. Big fan now. Look at that, Hertha Berlin. Sprichst du auch Deutsch, David? Woher bist du? Oh, I forgot. Mamma mia. I need to start speaking German again. But Hertha Berlin is a really traditional German team. Huh? Really traditional German team. You have Hertha Berlin, you have Union Berlin. So you have Wo wohnst du? Danke schön, Tomsi. Woher kommst du? Thank you, Starboy. You see, you need to help me again. Huh? Wo kommst du her? Mama, you are making it even more difficult, Igor. Ich komme aus Berlin, vielen Dank. Und du sprichst super Deutsch. Nein, ich spreche nicht super Deutsch, aber ich verstehe sehr gut. Das ist kein Problem. Aber sprechen ist sehr, sehr, sehr difficult. Mamma mia. So, guys, going back to English, to normal English. No, Germany is a fantastic country. I was a lot in Berlin in the past. I had a store there, Alte Schönhauser Straße, and I was a lot in Berlin, so I know the city quite well. But Hertha Berlin, really historic team, beautiful team as well. I'm not a big fan of Bundesliga. This is quite known, not because they are bad or not. It never really attracted me. But having you being more attracted to Juve, it's nice. And it's really strange, you know, starting to be a fan in the difficult moments. That's beautiful. Because Juve, like Bayern Munich, like Real Madrid, like Manchester United, you know, teams with big history, they will never disappear. They will always be big. So it can be that for a few years they will have some difficulties, but at a certain moment they will come back. They will come back stronger than before. Look what happened in 2006. A lot of people were depressed. They were thinking it's over with Juve, and we went back in winning 9 years in a row, achieving 2 times the final of Champions League. Unfortunately, we're not good enough to win both of them. But we were in a fantastic, beautiful run. Now we are in a difficult moment, but we will have to come back. And we will come back with the difference that now Premier League is far, far, far ahead from all the other ones. And that makes it difficult. Look, when you are looking at the transfer market options for Juve or for Italian teams, well, you don't see these beautiful, great big names because they are all going to Premier League. So that's a big difference. Anyway, thank you, Mohammed, for your donation. And I agree that at the end, Juve, they will come out of the difficulty. We need to teach you Arabic, Beppe. Shukran. Beppe, you should visit the Middle East countries. You know, guys, because I don't want to miss a lot of content, doing video, being live, and so on, and also because I was always on the Juve channel for the watch-alongs, it was difficult for me to to switch to be able to free myself up. But now with the guys of Turin Giants that are doing a lot of games as well, we are dividing them on the Juve channel. I'm there more on the Italian side with the interviews with players and so on. By the way, they didn't tell me which player we have on Monday. Would be curious. Would be really curious to see. Well, it gives me more time. Now I'm going to Torino for Juve Inter, and then I go with RWDM against Beerschot, second division Belgian team on Sunday. RWDM is a club I played when I was a kid. It's in Brussels, in Molenbeek. So I will go to second division, and I go with my son both of the games. So after that, I want to start traveling. I want to start traveling also to do French stadium, German stadiums. Yeah, if possible with my son, so I'm not alone, but trying to do that. Look, if it goes like RWDM, it was fantastic. RWDM, I registered to the online site. I was able to buy tickets. Then you have some teams, it's a bit more difficult to do so. BA, I'm Juve fan since 25 years. Schöne Grüße aus Berlin, lieber Beppe. Dankeschön, BA. RWDM gaat promoveren naar de eerste klas. Indeed, Pinking. RWDM will go to the first playoff. They have to win it. Rick Austria, Hertha Berlin fans were amazing to me when I went to the Champions League final in 2015. They are German sister club to Juve. Exactly. Danny Juve, willkommen David. I started following Juve in Serie B. I was 11 years old. Look at that. Starboy, Hertha Berlin is also called the old lady map. Yeah, but that's what he said. That's what David said. The difficult times always bond you the most with the club. I also started learning about the history of Juve. If you want to hear David, you are on the perfect place. I'm 41, so I know a lot about the history of Juve. I made those shirts about the shirt. I already made 2 shorts about shirts. Next week, the third one. Ferhat, the president of GOFC Stockholm, was there today. He's also a Sicilian from Catania. You see? Dr. Wills, ciao Beppe. Happy for the win. I couldn't see the match, but happy for the 3 points. At the end, you had zero stress. Ciao Jim. Radovan, Serbia should get a place in the Champions League for next year. I'm closer to Juve in my country. Imagine. Come to Canada. Would be nice. Would be nice. Beppe, you should visit Lebanon with your family. Hey, you know, I'm a big fan of Lebanese food. Inter and Milan won the Scudetto 1 year, and they aren't even competing for the Scudetto the year after it, while we were able to win it 9 consecutive times. Guy, we are in closing time. What do you think? Is there something we missed? Is there, maybe we didn't go through a lot of stats? I know that you like the stats and so on. We didn't do that. Which one do you want to see? Is there something? Go to Zambia, Chunky. Is there something that you want to see that I didn't speak about? Average position? We can go to average position. Black is Juve. Purple, Verona. My skin's super high today on the field. And then you see too much compact here. These are the men from the first half. Too much compact here in the middle with Locatelli, Milik, Barrenechea. Fagioli was clear. You see how much we missed Barrenechea on the left, because here it was super stacked. That's also why we play a lot of time to the right side with even De Sciglio, because he changed. De Sciglio was really wide in the first half and then he changed. If you're looking at who entered, well, who do we see? Vlahovic centrally up, Di Maria at the end a bit, he was everywhere, Di Maria. And then you have Miretti. Look at the change of Miretti, why Miretti entered. You see, Barrenechea was not finding his position here where he should have been. And that's where you have a Miretti that is entering, and Miretti is going here. You see? To give some balance to the midfield and not being too much stacked here. With the Vlahovic that tries to keep, and Di Maria that are trying to keep that team higher in the second half. But doing so, the problem was that there was no link anymore. Let's take away here Barrenechea. Wait. Okay, let's take away Barrenechea, Milik, Kean to start with. You see, there's a big split. Then, okay, De Chile was there and then he was here. That's why you don't see him. But you see, that's why sometimes I get angry when people are saying, yeah, but Allegri, he wanted to defend. I don't agree. If you really want to defend, you don't put in Di Maria and Vlahovic, and especially you don't ask them to be super high on the field. Elod, Beppe, you owe me €2. Locatelli didn't score today. My bet is kaput. No, I said to Locatelli he will score or today or against Inter. Today we were close, huh? Today we were close with the assist. But he's waiting for me. And he will score. Beppe, should the Juve management trust Allegri with a long-term project? But the long-term project started 2 years ago. Next year it's already the third. So we are in the long-term project. Guys, people are speaking, I can't read Arabic. Guys, I can't help you. What were the results of the man of the match? I can't see them back, but Locatelli won with 58. Then you had Szczesny second. Third was Bremer. No, fourth Bremer with only 2%. And the third was Moiskin because of the goal. Yeah, Gatti makes me nervous. Yeah. That's what I said, huh? That's what I said. I said or today or against Inter. He's waiting for me. I have it on video. McFly is doing... he was a bit sad, I believe, because yesterday he had the vaccine. He's really... He was scared. So McFly is scared. The second goal, we could have scored it with Bremer, but I'm happy for Kean. Anyway, I'm happy for Kean. I'm super happy for Kean. Really. Should have been a better performance. Yes, at the end we won. We have 3 points. I'm happy, guys. Honestly, I'm happy. Shanky has confidence in Gatti. Next season he will be solid. This season is a learning period. Well, one thing that we are sure about Gatti is going for it. He's never holding back. He's always doing going full power. Well, ragazzi, that was it. Beppe, just a small recap. Who played well tonight despite our disaster performance? But disaster. Let's not exaggerate. I didn't like the performance. Disaster is... But we didn't play well. Because I couldn't watch the game and the post-game live. I was just tuned in for 5 minutes. Well, man of the match, without any doubt, Locatelli. He played well. When we were able to find Fagioli played well, but we were not able to find him really well. Szczesny did really great, saving us. Defensively, the three were great. Problem is that we panicked immediately. I like the performance of Kean pushing, but not in being able to unmark himself. Barrenechea not that great in a mezzala role. Miretti, some great things, some less good things, and of course people, they will clip the best parts of Miretti, but Miretti had 45 minutes of light and dark. I said that. First half, Juventus in control but not dangerous. Second half, Juventus unorganized, chaotic, scared, and stupid sometimes. Which player I would love from Verona, from what I saw today? Good question. Today I liked, seriously, I really liked Fabio De Paoli. Today, I believe he was really good. Not because of his shot, but because of the performance. I liked Adrien Tameze. Um, yeah. These are the two players that I like. Which one did you like? For me, Fabio De Paoli and Adrien Tameze were good. Were really good. Were really, really good. Really good. They were good. I don't know if they if I don't know if I want them at Juve. Okay, that's maybe a stretch, but I really liked how they were playing and in today's game. Davidovic, defender, touched a lot of balls. Faraoni, but Faraoni, I would take him just like that, for having him. Tameze, 42 touches, 84% pass accuracy. Looking at De Paoli, 20. He didn't touch a lot of balls, De Paoli, but he was solid. I really liked him. Look, Radovan is saying De Paoli for the rotation would be amazing, but De Paoli is normally a right side player. I don't know why he was playing on the left today. So on the right, we need some players, but De Paoli. Verdi, Verdi, I don't know. He scared me when there was that free kick. But Simone Verdi, I have never been a big fan. It's that player of Verona that is doing a fantastic season, then he disappears. Then look now, he enters at the end of the game. I don't know why. Maybe he was injured or not. It's this kind of player that you want to take, as a last resource in your Fantacalcio. Then, by the way, mamma mia, I had Bremer at Fantacalcio, and he missed that goal. I forgot about that. And I had who? I had Bremer, and from Juve I had Vlahovic. I was stupid, huh? I knew I wanted to take Moiskin, and I didn't at the end. I said, you know what, I will take Vlahovic instead of Moiskin. I should have gone for Kean. Let me check. Vlahovic 2. Bremer 9. Vlahovic 2 points. Hoyland 12. Because he was my captain. Mamma mia. Disaster strikers. But no. Verdi is the player that you are taking in your team of Fantacalcio because it's not costing a lot. You keep him like 10 weeks. Then you sell him because you give up, and then he's scoring like 3 games consecutively. Then you buy again because you said, I knew he was good for my team. And from the moment that you buy him again, it is a disaster for the rest of the season. South Africa in the place. Ciao Tibon. I'm doing good. Hopefully you're doing good as well. Why is he called after? That's his family name. Kamaboko. That's his family name. Just, the name of the family. It's not the nickname, huh? It's the same, indeed. The same reason Fagioli is the name of Fagioli, indeed. But I don't know how we will organize it, guys, because, to be honest, I will go to Torino in the afternoon. I land at 3 p.m. and immediately I take a taxi to the offices of Juve because first I have a meeting. I don't know how long the meeting will last. Probably 1 hour, 1 hour 30. After that, normally, because you never know. Normally I go from there up. I go to the hotel where I will put I will do the checking. And then from that moment on, I go back to the stadium normally. But I don't know if I'm able to do something. And in the evening, well, I'm with my son. I don't know if I will be able to do a live or not. I will try. When I was alone once, I did for Roma. I entered in the hotel. I did a late night show. Now with my son, I don't know, because we will with the travel and so on. I can't start speaking, all night long in the same room. We'll see. Beppe, how many fans signatures are you signing? Just like the players. I don't know. No, I never signed anything. But it's true that when I was there for Juve Lazio, and also the last time for Juve, what was it? Juve Spezia. A lot of people stopped me. They asked, Beppe, can we take a picture together? It's really nice. It's really nice. Really, really nice people. And I love to do it. Not for the picture, but, seeing the faces of people is super nice. Super nice. You still don't have an extra. No, it's the one for my son. The one for my son. But I will not be. This time I will not be with the players. I will not enter the main entrance with the player. I will be at the opposite of the stadium. Will it be so loud? Yeah. Salkat. Yeah. Come Melbourne, Australia with your family. You stay at my place, Beppe. You will have a fantastic time here. Well, this year probably I will skip holiday, so I will not go on holiday this year. Probably, maybe a weekend or something. But next year I need to decide where. I would love to go everywhere, but it's difficult because you have to find, the time with tree and also with the games and so on. Talisman says you deserve more content, Pepe. Well, more subs with your content. It's also the vibe, man. The vibe of Premier League that is really strong, really attractive. In Premier League, they speak English, so it's their language. Juve split it with people from Italy that doesn't speak the language. I think the channel have much more potential, but step by step. We have to be happy, we have to be competitive, we have to dream about it. Look, today we reached 24,408, which is nice, which is beautiful, which is honoring me. Step by step. First objective is as soon as possible to 25. That's 600 more. Ragazzi, thank you. You were fantastic. Thank you to Zach, to Taslima, to Anthony, to Radovan, Asit, Salkat, Rausi, Sir Raz, T-Bone, Aldo, Lester, Amir, Kamaboko, GTA Bianconero. Good night, everyone. Colin Wynn, Sasha, Ping King, Radovan, Joao Lombardi, from Rio de Janeiro. Beppe, I hope I can celebrate another win tonight with my Fluminense. That will be a big game, hopefully for you, Joao. Buonanotte a tutti, ciao Jim, ciao David, Dankeschön David, ciao a tutti, ciao Rick, forza Juve. Ciao ragazzi.